my theories. Just all of them. Done. All of them. My name is Dallas, and this is my review-ish kind of thing of episode 8 of Only Murders in the Building. A lot happened, so let me try and give a quick recap. Last episode ended with Mabel and Oliver kidnapped by Theo. They are taken to Teddy, and he gives them a ride home, saying that he knew nothing of Tim Cono, which I 100% believed the whole entire time. Always thought it was two separate things going on, and that they should end the podcast saying that Tim killed himself in order to get the heat off of them because of their jewelry business. And then he left them on their way. The group returns to Charles and Jan, who had unlocked Tim's phone, but it really didn't give us any new information. Most of the things that they had found out in show or we the fans had already figured out. So after that, Jan joins the team and trying to figure out who killed Tim Cono. Allegedly. That's what she says. And the group talked to the detective who gave them Tim's phone. She says they need to figure out the why, the who, and more importantly, the why now. That is the hardest part to figure out. You can figure that out. You can figure out who killed Tim. Oliver sees some of the super fans outside and invites them in to help figure out the mystery. This is one of my favorite parts. It was kind of a jab at fans, I felt, but at the same time, I love the meta-ness of the show in this part right here. How they even stated, wouldn't we want to be them? Would we want them on the case before we were us? Once you're involved in something, it's hard to look at it from an outsider's perspective, in which the super fans have. There are people who watch it over and over and over, or listen to it, watch it over and over. And it's a lot to take in. So they see things that them at the forefront of it look across. Like, why was Tim on the 6th floor in the first place? We'll get into that later. Jan is kicked out because she's seemingly not of any help. She keeps trying to press towards Howard. And this is very strange to me. I'll get into why I think she was doing what she was doing after the recap. The group finishes their episode in which they state that Teddy Demas was the person who killed Tim Cono with their story of what they believe happened, which never seemed very plausible whatsoever. Jan kicked out. They think they've won or figured out the murder. Charles goes to Jan's place and he sees that she is stabbed on the floor, presumably dead. I believe she's dead. Many people do not think that she's dead, but with time we'll see. All my theories and things like that are gonna go under the presumption that Jan is in fact dead. I skipped over a little something. One other thing that was found out is that Tim was dead before he was shot. That means either Tim knew he was dying and shot himself, or someone went to Tim, who was dead, after overdosing him on this drug, which we will talk about later, and then put the gun in his hand and forced him to shoot the dead body, and made it look like it was suicide. So a lot of crazy stuff going on. Let's spin back and get to some big questions we need answers to. The biggest mystery of the series is who killed Tim Cono. Now, because of the Tatra Sport, I took a screen grab of it to look at it and then searched. I cannot say this word, but this is what Tim was killed with. It is a sedative used to help sleep and sometimes used for pets, but it's mainly used for humans. Mabel stated that she had a lot of problems sleeping. There was definitely a chance that she could have been prescribed this, and that, I don't like to say it, but it's very strange how Mabel, Oscar, and Oliver are not suspects. I know it's very strange.
I have a very weird, wild theory that Oscar might be the killer, but that's far, far away. I'm lost right now. I really am lost. But anyways, this drug could have been had by Mabel and also Will. He is a vet. And since this drug is used for dogs, he would know how to treat it. He would know the correct amount to poison the dog but not kill it. There's a lot of different things going on here. Another mystery is who has the ring? Who has this emerald ring? We found out that the fence or whoever it was, Cutter, actually sold the ring to Tim the day before he was killed. That means either the ring was not found, I don't know how, or that the person who killed him took the ring. Why did they take the ring? This is a mystery that is really hard to solve. I have very few ideas on why, because it was definitely not their ring. It could be that whoever's ring it was a deceased family member's, and they know that it was taken. Who the hell knows? But we'll get back to that later, maybe in another video. There's too much going on right now. I might have to do another video just trying to get over all these ideas. Jan, before, which I'm going to say is deceased, she seemed to be very much throwing off the investigation. While they were going towards the Demuses, she was saying to go towards Howard, who I do not believe has anything to do with it whatsoever. But I will state why I think Jan was trying to throw them off. I don't think she was trying to throw them off from Tim Cono's murderer, but throw them off the Demuses, as she had something involved with everything that was going on. I really believe there is a very large conspiracy, a lot of people who are involved in the jewelry ring in the Arconia. And Jan throwing them off was just an attempt to keep her and that business safe. And whoever's running it, with the Demus' help of moving things, was the one that wrote the note to her saying, I'm watching you. Not that I'm watching you find Tim's killer, but I'm watching you throw light onto this whole situation that could throw light on me. And I'm thinking, it's Bunny. It's the only person. Uma and Bunny. They're my number ones right now. I know I've joked about it in the other videos I meant to make but just never had time. She is my number one suspect. I've always thought it was very strange that she dresses very, very bougie, very extra. She's got the giant earrings and everything like that. That ring, I believe, may not have been hers, but maybe a family member of hers that Teddy could have taken the ring from. I don't know. There's so many different things. I don't know, but I'm still going for Bunny right now. I'm still going for Bunny. And if not Bunny, Charles. Or Mabel. I don't know. Aside from this episode, there's lots of other mysteries that we don't know. Like at the very beginning of episode 1, we see Mabel over this body. I do not believe it is Oscar. Number one reason, the body shape is much larger than Oscar's. I originally thought it would be Teddy going around trying to sneak and do something and was killed accidentally. But obviously it is not Teddy unless Teddy is released from jail. I don't think he would be because he still has the jewelry ring and all that going on. Another reason I don't think it's Oscar is because of the shoes. The shoes this person is wearing is black. Now, I didn't go back and look and see what type of shoes Oscar was wearing the last episode. But before that, we only saw him wearing Timberlands. Timberlands, light tan, usually a brown sole. Either way, the bottom of the shoes don't match. Most Timberlands have the same sole on the bottom. The dead body did not have the same shoes, and those shoes looked black. That's why I believed it would be someone else. This also leads me to believe that this person is definitely nefarious, and that Mabel did indeed kill them. I don't believe that someone jumped in front of it or anything like that. This person was stabbed by Mabel, likely with her sewing needle. But when she says at the very beginning, it's not what it looks like, she's saying, this isn't Oscar. It's not what it looked like.
I did not kill my best friend. Roll over, maybe Oscar's dad. I don't know. But it definitely looks like a male, maybe Bunny, I don't know. But there's too much going on, I don't know. This also makes me think that there is definitely more than one suspect. There could definitely be more than one suspect. The person dead in front of Mabel, if they are, they must be the killer. If they are not the killer, then there's a lot of other things going on that I just don't know. But I imagine that the killer is the person in front of Mabel. The killer of Tim Cono. Pretending to be Oscar. But there could be multiple people in on it, so there could be multiple people writing the notes, looking around. Like I have stated before, it's another one of my crazy theories that I don't want to give away the story in case you haven't read it or seen multiple iterations of it. But Murder on the Orient Express, there's a lot going on with a lot of different people involved in many ways. Maybe not the same way as Murder in the Orient Express, but if you get my drift, kind of like a whole Reservoir Dogs, not really Reservoir Dogs, but basically a lot of people involved, a lot of different people knew about what's going on. Essentially a very large operation, and there are multiple people, maybe almost everyone in the building. It could be Ursula, it could be Bunny, it could be Uma, it could be Charles' neighbor whose name I can't remember. All of these people collectively could have something to do with it. Another crazy thing is this. Whose signature is this? This is not Teddy Demas. It is a J, and it looks like a Ballas, or this name. It's not Teddy's. It's not Jan's. I don't know anyone else who has a name that starts with J within the series. But there are people whose names we don't know. I assume that Bunny is a nickname. It could be her name. It could be Jan, but she uses a maiden name or things like that. There's so many different names. So many different possibilities. Jan's last name is Bellows. It's seen on her door, I believe. There's so many, I don't know what to do. There is one last thing I need to show you. And it is this picture. This picture is from the trailer of the show. I took this screen cap weeks ago. Maybe the first week the show aired with the 3 episodes. I went over the trailer. That's when I first saw all the urns in the secret room. I said it might be jewelry, but I also thought it might be a bunch of dead bodies that the Demases were killing out there. So anything is possible. But this knife is in the air conditioning duct. And granted, it does look like the same duct that Mabel showed but Charles, saying that she has a direct route to Bunny's room. The background of this picture is blurry, but it does not look like the background of Mabel / her aunt's apartment. I believe it is the inside of Bunny's apartment, and that if Mabel would have opened that, then she would have seen that bloody knife. Maybe not. Maybe whoever killed Jan saw, I don't know. Maybe whoever killed Jan placed this somewhere for them to see, so they would know that they are being watched and they could be gotten anytime. I've looked through it all. The Greek names for every single character, the anagrams of their birthplaces, and what it said on the Scrabble board. Stopped to scroll through the text on Charles' phone to see if it secretly said anything that would help. I've looked all over the place, and I just don't know. I really don't know. But my 2 biggest guesses as for right now of who killed Tim Cono, it might be very complicated. It is either 1, Oscar, or Oscar's father, or 2, Bunny. Those are my 2 biggest ones. I know a lot of people want to say Will has a very high chance. I don't see a reason why Will would want to kill them. It could be bad blood. Maybe he wanted to be a part of the Hardy Boys. I see all these possibilities, but there's not been anything strong enough to say that Will would want to. I don't really have a good enough reason for it to be Bunny, but she has always, her and the lady Uma, I believe her name is Uma, are the biggest ones to me. Uma gives Charles the middle finger at the very beginning of episode 1. Charles has said a lot of weird things too. I know I'm rambling. Most of this has been rambling. Charles said he falls in love with dead bodies all the time or something like that. There's so many weird things going on, and I really don't know, but I'm going to say it is either Oscar's father, or Bunny and Uma. Those two groups. One of those, I know I just said who did it, and I put out 4 people. I'm going to try and make another video on the why now of each one of those characters, if it's even possible to do. I think the why now could be the ring. The why now, he finally got the ring, and that's why they did the murderers or unalive people. But before we go, I got to start with my bold prediction. I know I skipped it on the last one, but I always say every single video we got to come out with a super bold prediction, something totally off the wall, of a reason of who killed Tim Cono. Maybe I'll try and do another video who killed Jan. I don't know. There's too much going on. But my bold prediction, I know I stated it before, but I'm going all in on it now. No, I don't even know what my bold prediction is yet. I'm just going to come up with it right now. Bliggity blah, bliggity blah. For real, the bold prediction, and I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to stick with it. Charles is the murderer. He did not remember Zoe's death. He was on drugs that made him forget things. I looked up the drug that he was on. I can't remember if it did say memory loss was a side effect, but he has had moments where he's been looking around, seeming out of place, not remembering things. He did not remember Oliver's dog's name, who was poisoned. He lost his hat and Lester gave it back to him. It was missing for a few episodes. Very, very strange. The comment about falling in love with dead people or dead bodies, very strange things going on. And he also stated at the beginning, I'm going off on another tangent slightly, but something I've always tried to figure out at the very beginning of episode 1, when Charles is walking down the street. It's also audio for the first episode of the podcast, where he says no one ever found 19 bodies in the back of a 14-story apartment complex. It's the Boondocks you have to worry about. None of the characters are from the Boondocks. None of the characters themselves that we know of, or the actors who play the characters, are from Boondocks. Mabel's from Long Island, not Boondocks. Everyone else we know is from that area. The only person, possibly maybe, from the Boondocks, from looking at it, maybe Will. He kind of looks like he might live sort of out there, but it doesn't even really look like a Boondocks. It's not the middle of nowhere-ish kind of backwoods-like place. It looks nice, but I don't know where Will lives exactly. But let me digress and go back to Oscar. He did not want to be like his father. He said his father made him feel small, or made his mom feel small, and his father was a bad person towards women. And maybe that's why I don't know, but I'm thinking it's Oscar. Not Oscar. Charles. I know I was mixing up names here. Charles is the killer. That's my bold prediction. Also, the actor who plays Charles, Steve Martin, is from Waco, Texas. And what river runs through Waco, Texas? Brazos River. Coincidence? I think not. But anyways, those are my crazy theories, ideas about what's going on with this latest episode. Who do you guys think killed Jan? Do you think she's dead? Whose body is that laying on the ground? And more importantly,
Who killed Tim Cono? I do not know who killed Tim. Leave your theories down below. And I'm going to try and make another video later today or tomorrow. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you on the rooftop.